Don't have a rich uncle? No problem. On October 3rd and 4th, I'll be your rich uncle. And I'm going to show you how to build real estate wealth from scratch. And this isn't a boring seminar. This is the Real Estate Wealth Summit 2.0. 2 days. This is the best in business, dropping their insider knowledge that you won't find on YouTube, TikTok, or anywhere else. And guess what? It's free. That's right. You don't have to spend a dime. You don't have to get on a plane. Just log in, take notes, and take action. Deals will be made, partnerships will be formed, and lives will be changed. No more waiting for a miracle, and no more wishing you were born into money. This is your shot to take control and build wealth on your terms. October 3rd and 4th. It's free, online, life-changing. Be there.
Get a couple different calculators. I think there's been 2 different calculators that people have given
We
out.
are live.
Hello, YouTube. I don't know. Do I need to go into the stream?
No, we're all going into the StreamYard. So the link is in the thing. In the
You
chat.
hear me, McKenna, still in there?
Yeah, no, we're still here.
Okay.
Guys, we're wrapping up the Wealth Summit 2.0. McKenna's giving his closing thoughts. The link is in the chat. Skip over to YouTube and we'll go from there. Robert and I are out. Thank you for joining us. This is awesome.
Guys, see you there on YouTube. Let's go.
Let's go.
Is that
It's in the chat. Welcome to the 5 people watching us. You guys are awesome. Stay don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video. We're going to talk to you about the Wealth Summit 2.0 because Robert just doesn't not want to go home. Apparently his wife what happened?
wants me to clean the garage or something?
Yeah, what happened here? Apparently his wife called and said, "Hey, let's go to IKEA." And he said, "No, I got more work that I'm gonna do now." So here we are. Thank you for joining us today. You want to take it off, Robert? Tell us about the last 2 days, how crazy it's been, you know.
Yeah,
ins and
I mean, wow. So we just finished up Wealth 2.0, guys. I don't know if you were there with us. We've invited the last 71 people who were there at the end of it with us to come over here to the YouTube Live. Hopefully they'll show up and we can continue the conversation. I figure that over the next few minutes, I just wanted to get with Adon and McKenna and, you know, the team and say, hey, what were your thoughts about the Wealth 2.0 Summit? I have some thoughts about it, and I figured we'll just put them out there while they're fresh in our minds before we leave for the day. I don't want to go home, man. I want to help more people become real estate investors. I want to help more people get out of broken systems. I'm passionate about this stuff, man.
And it's so much better to be passionate about these things when there's a full AC system working.
Well, it's Saturday. We knew that we were in for it. What if we turned off one of these lights and turned on one of those lights? Would that
Nope,
be
it'll look
cool?
like trash. Well,
man.
we got to look great. So, guys, it's been an amazing 2 days. You know, just the amount of value and knowledge that has come out of this thing is ridiculous. We just don't know. I don't even know where to, how to start. You know, I guess we could start with our biggest takeaways and from who they were. You know, I think we should start with Dave and go down
to the notes.
Yep, go to
I
the
took
notes.
notes, you guys.
You know, it's good when Robert's taking notes. He barely knows how to turn on a TV, but he knows how to take notes on his phone. Thank
from
God.
the summit. Boom. At the start of Wealth 2.0, I kind of gave a definition of Wealth 2.0. McKenna's coming in. McKenna, I'm sorry Adon just dumped us out of the other thing that quickly. I thought we could have left a little bit more gracefully. Hopefully you said goodbyes for us and got us out of there.
Well, it's not a goodbye because everybody's coming over here.
Awesome. That's what we hoped that would happen. I really do think that'll be great if that happens. We were gonna kind of upload our thoughts on the Wealth 2.0, and so Adon was asking me what are takeaways. So I went to the notes because I got a lot of takeaways. At the start of Wealth 2.0, guys, I sort of defined the difference between Wealth 1.0 and Wealth 2.0. And if anybody ever wants to hear that, I can post that somewhere. But one of the things that we said at the very start of the first 2 days was try to get one thing from each speaker that you can take and move into your business and into your life, whether that's an action step or whether that's a business model, or whether that's a mindset. I mean, there's going to be different things from different people. And throughout the 2 days with every speaker, there were multiple takeaways for me. And I've been doing this for 28 years. I hope that a lot of people got a lot of takeaways like this. I don't know if you wrote any down, McKenna. I've got a whole bunch of them.
Well, why don't we
written
go down the list? I've got the schedule here. Why don't we start at the top and kind of give some takeaways in order, if you're okay with that, guys? We started yesterday, guys, and this has been 12 hours for anyone that wasn't there. You missed out. We started with Dave Steck. He came on and just, he was excellent like he always is. Dave is someone who has created a family office. He gives advice on all sorts of stuff. He does immense amounts of research to be an expert in the markets. I think something that I took away from Dave's talk, something that I sort of knew, but he crystallized for me, is how destructive taxation can be when you're trying to build wealth. We always talk about make more money, get more income, whatever. He kind of flipped that a little bit and like, yes, you do need to make more money and do all of that, but also you need to limit the people that are taking away from your compound gains. That was my big takeaway from his first talk. What about you guys?
I loved that demonstration where probably everybody has seen the demonstration or heard the thing at this point. Hey, would you rather have $1 million today or a penny doubled every day for 30 days? And so Dave asked the question, and most people have seen it. So they all say that we'll take the penny every day for 30 days. And then he went through the demonstration and he showed how the penny doubles, and it ends up to be like $5.6 million at the end of the 30 days. And I'm trying to do this from memory. And so I'd seen that before. And then he said, but what if we just taxed your penny at a typical 28% tax rate? So it's kind of a high tax rate, but it's not super high. It's definitely not the highest. And guess what? A penny doubled every day minus 28% for taxes ends up after 30 days. And I would love for you guys to put it in the comments if you didn't see it, because you'll be surprised at how low the number is.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
It went from $5 million when the penny doubled every day for 30 days down to, drum roll,
$67,000.
It's crazy what taxation did to that penny. And guys, that's what happens to us if you don't mitigate taxes. And I'm not saying avoid, I'm not saying, whatever. I'm saying that there are ways that you need to file and ways that you need to set up these accounts to be lowering your taxable rate. You need to be acquiring properties. You need to be able to depreciate against those things. Another speaker, then this is out of order, but we were talking about diversification earlier today when Rob Wolf, Digital Asset News, came on. And that was a big part of his talk, and a big takeaway for me is the diversification and the impact real estate can have on your taxes, that it can really help you. And then Rob is a big advocate of crypto. High swings and having exposure to that can generate these big gains, but then diversifying it with other assets as well, so that you're not going to lose everything you own when Bitcoin dumps 85%. But when Bitcoin goes up 85%, you're pretty happy.
Yeah, he did a hell of a demonstration as well, where he bought a condo here in San Juan, Puerto Rico, for $165,000 or something like that, and then he sold it for $275,000 or $285,000 a couple years later. But then he compared it to what if he had bought Bitcoin with $165,000 on the day that he bought the condo, and then held that. But I don't know if it was held that till now or held that till when he sold. But in either case, what his comparison was is that he made about $100,000. But if he had kept it in Bitcoin, it would be worth like 1.9 million.
But you had a 4-year gap in between where it was under like 80% or something like that. That's what it was explaining.
Oh yeah, I mean, no, you could have the 1.9 million turned back into 165,000. We all know that. Like, That's for sure. Going back to Dave Steck, McKenna, I had written the same thing that you did. The first takeaway that I got from Dave was that we all should be striving to have a family office. And you and I and Don have talked about this ever since the very first time we saw him speak. That was my first takeaway, is like, and I think I told you guys, like, we need to start a family office. And we still haven't figured out what that means, but we're going to do it.
Means we need
I already tell people we have a family office.
Yeah, I know. Me
Say
too.
we have a small family office. I don't know what that means. I sort of have an idea, but
Well, you know what? It means that we're intentional about what we're going to do with our money.
Yep.
And I think learning from Dave, to learn the money game and to teach, I teach you guys teach your children teach your children's children. And that way, what we're doing together now, we can truly leave an inheritance for our children's children. And this isn't something I learned from Dave, but something that I've just been cognizant of over the last couple of years, is that, you know, we can't take with us whatever we get in this world, but we can leave an inheritance, and we for sure can leave a legacy, right? Like, so it's one of the major drivers for me to do the YouTube stuff, is because one day I'll be gone, and McKenna will have children. Hopefully I'll know his grandchildren. I already
Gotta
have
get busy, man.
a Puerto Rican granddaughter from a Don, and I'm about to get another. So McKenna and Elizabeth are both way behind, but I'm still assuming I'm going to meet my grandchildren, but I'm probably not going to meet very many of my great grandchildren or my great great grandchildren. But because I've got 3,000 videos out there on YouTube, and because I've basically lived my life on YouTube for the last 4 years, it'll be there forever, I think. I mean, unless the lights go out, and well, then maybe
We'll see what
maybe
AI
I won't
does.
have great 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 grandchildren, right?
We'll see what the robots do.
But you can leave a legacy, is my point, right? You can let people know who you were. You can let people know that you believe in the Lord, for instance, or that you cared about other people, and that you tried to lift people out of poverty, and you cared about creating homeowners from people that weren't homeowners, or putting people into being entrepreneurs who weren't thinking that way. So anyway, those are some thoughts that I had. I digress.
Great thoughts.
Win the money game. We all got to learn how to win the money game. That was another one from Dave Steck. Oh, and this one, did you guys pick up on this one? Time is the only currency guaranteed to be worth more tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's freaking huge, right? Like, time, whatever time you got, it's worth more tomorrow than it is today, and it's going to be that way forever.
Marco says he's buying Bitcoin for our legacy. Marco, I'm Robert's legacy. You can just send that over to me. I'll get you my Coinbase wallet. No, I totally agree. Time is the most important thing. I mean, it's the reason any of us do all of this. Is we all have the ability to go live in squalor and, you know, not do anything with ourselves. But
100%.
we want to maximize the time we have together. We want to maximize the time that our families have together, that we do in our lives. I mean, and the way you do that is wealth. Wealth provides you that time freedom to not be a wage slave. I mean, sorry to my family-in-law if they ever watch this. I don't think they ever will. But, you know, they're working for these big companies. They don't make any money. They work all the time.
They trade all of their time for a very little amount of money.
Yeah.
And that little amount of money, and this is true of your family, this is true of many of our friends, this is true of half of the population out there. You trade time for money,
probably.
working for a system that's not going to get you far enough down the road where you're even going to be able to afford to buy a house.
Yeah.
Like, right? These are the times we live in. So Wealth 2.0, we believe that there's a better way.
And this is a little bit off topic, but I do think that is something that has changed, might change again in the future. But we live in today, guys. We don't live 50 years ago. We don't live 100 years ago. You can't be a single dad working at the factory that supports a wife and 6 kids. That's just, and own a home and have a car, and like that type of job doesn't give the lifestyle that you're looking for. So you need to be looking for what provides that lifestyle in today's market. I think that's where a lot of people get lost, and we're really off topic here, but people see that maybe it was better 50 years ago, 60 years ago. Now, they didn't have all the things we have, but it was certainly easier. You could go work in a factory and have a great life. And then they get stuck. They don't move on past that thought. But the next thought should be, well, okay, how do I have that thought? How do I have that life today? What do I do? And it's by being in groups like this. It's by working for yourself. It's by creating value for others. It's by working hard. And heck, I don't even think you have to work that hard to have an amazing life. Like, you just need to do it for yourself and not for the Olive Garden. So
I think that the idea of Wealth 2.0 though is, unfortunately, 98% of the people are stuck in a system that's antiquated and hasn't worked for a long time. When my father got out of college meant something. He had a 4-year degree, a bachelor's degree. And when he went out to get a job working in corporate America, he was going to make more money because he got that college degree. He was going to get a job easier because he got that college degree. Fast forward to my generation, and I'm older than Adon and McKenna. I got out of college with a 4 years bachelor's degree, and it has not ever one time meant that I made $1 more per hour. It has not ever one time meant that I got a job because I got the college degree. I don't ever remember being asked if I had a college degree. And if I was asked, it was just a box to check. Got a college degree? Check. Nobody gave a damn about my college degree from the University of Central Florida that I had to work my ass off for nearly 5 years.
I think he worked really hard on it, guys.
I bet he did.
I worked so hard that the last semester I was going to change my major for the umpteenth time, and the counselor's like, "Man, you've been in school a long time." And I'm like, "Yeah."
You're like that kid who doesn't want to leave high school.
I'm thinking I want to go and become a college professor. I'm like, I really like this, and she's like, "Well, okay, let me give you a path then. You take these 2 classes. You can have a 4-year degree in general studies, and then you can go to grad school." And I'm like, "So I don't have to get an education degree?" She's like, "No, you don't have to do that." So that's what I did. I got my degree, took those 2 classes, and then immediately went into grad school.
You were going to be a professor?
I wanted to be a professor. I had decided.
I did not know this.
I decided after 5 years of being in school, and I had McKenna and Elizabeth. So I'm like, oh no, I didn't have McKenna at the time. I had Elizabeth, so I'm kind of a stay-at-home dad, go to school. I had played basketball, and I had decided I really like this. I'll just become a college professor.
Yeah.
And so that was what the counselor said. You test really well, and I had tested for the graduate stuff, and they're like, you got like a 920 on this LSAT thing. Like, you can go to law school, you whatever you want to do, just get this degree. And I was like, oh, okay. So I did that. I entered the grad school thing. Torchy Clark was a professor who I really, really liked. One of the only professors that whose name I can remember. And he said, "Robbie, why aren't you playing basketball anymore?" It's like, I don't know. What? He's like, "Man, you look like you're in good shape." What? And he's like, "Yeah, you can do that anytime you want." And so I then hooked up with another guy and decided I was going to become a basketball player, which was really a more fun thing than to become a college professor. So that's
seems like you did the right thing.
Well, and look at you, full circle. You probably have more impact on hundreds of thousands of people than a college professor ever does. And you're educating. You knew you wanted to do this the whole time.
Professor Flip.
I was going to be a professor, you guys. I didn't know what I was going to profess.
Yeah.
but I was just like, hey, this was a job that a college professor back at the time could make, $70,000, $75,000 a year. The life would be easy.
Oh yeah. It
Your
seemed
mom,
like
your
a
mom,
nice
your
sentence.
mom could have a good job. I was going to make her become a judge,
Yeah.
and then I mean, this is pretty early on in the marriage too. Actually, this is before McKenna came around, and when I met Linda, and she said, "Yeah, I'm an attorney," I'm like,
Thank
I have
God.
arrived. I'm like, so I'll just join the country club, learn how to play golf. Life's going to be good.
My
There you
life
go.
would have been so much easier if you were a professor and my mom was a judge. Holy cow.
I
Yeah,
know
the
your
amount
mom
of-
wouldn't do it though. Your mom's like, I don't want to be a judge. I'm like, oh man,
I gotta have to find a
damn
job.
it. And then I learned fairly soon after that being a stay-at-home dad, that shit's hard. That was hard. I didn't want to do that, so I started taking Elizabeth around to the gym, and she would play while I'd go practice and get myself in shape. And then when you came around, we moved to Denmark, played basketball. Then I did the corporate thing for a little while. I don't know why we're talking about all this, but I think I go back to fast forward to me getting that college degree. It never one time gave me anything. So by the time I graduated from college, it had already stopped delivering on the promise that it gave.
Yeah.
And McKenna, you've got a great degree from FSU.
I've got 2.5. I've got 2 degrees and a minor.
Yeah, and I have a 1 degree and a minor. And Adon, you've got a degree in
Something
something.
for sure.
Something. You spent a bunch of money on it.
Science of films or some shit. Something they made up to make me spend money on.
Science of films. I love it.
Science
Oh,
of film.
man.
It was some shit like that. Yeah,
That's awesome.
film sciences.
And you actually made money from your degree.
Yeah, and I went and I worked for, but man, honestly, it goes to this. You can spend $100,000 on a college degree and 4 years and whatever, or you can go and actually get real world practice, because I think I did 2.5 years or something, went, and in my first week of working a real job, I learned that none of the shit I learned was practical.
None
Yeah.
of it.
And then I had to relearn everything in a fast-paced environment.
Yep.
So it was, and I was like, why the fuck did I do that? That's why I've neglected my payments.
So why do we talk about that? I think I rabbit holed us and went down the whole wrong path. But Wealth 2.0 for us, and we tried to define what we think that is. It's about ownership. It's about Wealth 1.0 was about working or sharing your time or trading your time for money. Wealth 2.0 is about taking ownership of whatever it is that you want to do, and instead of working in the corporate ladder for someone else and their ladder, building your own ladder through entrepreneurship. And oh, by the way, reaching back down and then helping everybody around you up that damn ladder and teaching them to do the same thing.
Yeah.
So these are some of the ideas behind Wealth 2.0 from Wealth 1.0. If you guys were there, hopefully you got some of that out of it. And you'd better start asking questions, or I'll just keep rambling.
Well, we didn't even
We've been
ask-
going for
we'll
12
cut it
hours,
short.
right? This is the end of 2 days.
He's
We're-
like,
We're in a
let's keep
delirious
going.
state right
talking.
now. Well, so Robert just got this train back on the rails, and I'm going to immediately derail it because I want to tell you guys what my college degree has gotten me, and it's actually a huge benefit. Whenever me and my wife are having a tiff, a little fake argument, she's like, well, how do you know that stuff? Well, I have a degree of science. So I look at her and say, I am a scientist. I know this stuff.
Me too.
Well, I think that's really very good to rub it in her face. You want to
Just want to let you know,
don't
baby.
have that degree.
I make her
Make
call
sure
me
she knows.
scientist. I'm scientist Krager.
So we were talking about takeaways from Wealth 2.0, and you guys, hopefully you're putting in some of your takeaways from Wealth 2.0. We got 35 people watching, or 33 people watching, which is pretty good for just going live on a Saturday when we've never done it before. And if you're just showing up and hearing me talk about nonsense,
We're all delirious, by the way.
we're tired as hell.
Yeah.
But I did want to unwind about it. I
Well,
thought the event
let's-
went really well.
Let's jump back a little bit on path, and we can stray away again.
Well-
The whole point of this is you can have a plan that's been laid out to you by your parents, saying you're gonna go get a job, you're gonna work in this job for the next 30 to 40 years, you're gonna hate it and like it,
Yeah.
and that's the way life works. And life's a bitch, and then you die. That's usually what I got told to me.
I heard that.
And-
Your mom said that because my dad said, "Life's a bitch and you die,
Yeah,
then you die." That was what he said.
That's
to me
what my mom would
for
say.
The first
So
18
that-
years of my life
that's what
until I
you
moved
get.
out of his house.
she would say like, "Life's a bitch, and then you die."
Life's a beach, though.
And,
See, my
I'm like-
life called it a bitch.
Yeah, I know, but I know what she meant. She's trying to be funny. But I saw that. I saw my parents work every night, and I was like, dude, that shit sucks, and I don't want to do that. But it's about, all right, I follow their path or I take action the other way. And if I'm gonna go the other way, I have to go full in. It's not I'm gonna go half-ass and I'll kind of do this and then I'll kind of get a part-time job and blah blah. It's like either do or don't.
Yeah.
And that's how I try to do everything I do. You know, you've seen.
Yep.
It's like, hey, fuck it. Oh, that's the hardest way to do it. Let's just go that way.
We're similar in that way as well. I mean, you guys can imagine, and Adon, you can attest to this. Everybody always says, "Oh, I'm going to do the YouTube stuff like you." Rob."
Oh my God, it's great.
And I
every
just
time I hear
smile.
it.
I just smile and say, "Yeah, sure you are," because no one will fucking do this.
No.
No one will put out 3,000 videos and make no money and just throw money at it for 4 years without any vision or scope of where it's going. I
No.
just did it because I felt it was a good thing to do and to give back. And once I decide to do something, I'm pretty freaking stubborn about it.
He is. He really is.
It upsets Adon too, because I'll say, "Why don't we do this?" And he'll say, "No," because he knows that if he says yes, then we're going to
No.
do it. And
He's like,
I won't
why
give
don't we
up on
start 3 other YouTube channels? I'm like, no.
it. Oh,
What the fuck?
man.
I'm
When
like,
are we
you
gonna
can
have
start it.
time for that.
No, you could go for it. But
it was a good idea until Adon said no, and then you suddenly didn't have the idea anymore. It's crazy.
I mean, listen, I can't do this stuff. I'm the idea guy.
Yeah.
You know what they say? They say lead, follow, or get out of the way. Or I like to say it this way: you've got a problem. Somebody's got a skill set. I've got a plan.
there you go.
There you go. I love
Yeah,
it.
just remember to say no, guys.
I think you need to just change your job title to CEO, and then that's a prestigious way of saying I tell people what to do, and they listen.
I've got a
100%.
plan. I've got a plan.
I'm the CEO. I'm the professor. What else could you be? Well, let's go backwards a little bit. Back onto the rails. Back onto the rails. Who's another good speaker that you guys had a big takeaway from this summit? And guys, if you're here in the chat, put in your big takeaways. Put in your favorite speaker, and we'll talk about them. How about that?
I really, I mean, I enjoyed everybody, but I did like a couple things that JC Morales was talking about. And it's the same thing going back to the YouTube things. Like, we've done YouTube for the last almost 5 years now. And it's exactly, you hear somebody else that's never fucking done it, has no true backdoor access to see what happens in the background, and wants to give an opinion that has no basis. And when JC was talking about, look, because all his business is all short-term rentals, it's all Airbnb, it's boutique hotels, it's all this stuff. And he probably consistently hears the same type of stuff we hear. Oh, I want to start an Airbnb business. Oh, but I saw a YouTube video that says the market's going to shit. Airbnb's dead. Nothing works. And it's just like, well, what can you base that on? A 5-minute video that you've never done this business, you've never been in the background. It's like, you got to take everything with a grain of salt and just go after it. All right. Thank you for your opinion. I listened. I'm still going this way. If you want to come, you can come. And that's, I don't know where I was going with that, but
No,
yeah, that's what I liked about JC's talk.
JC said several times, he's like, you hear all the time, this is dead. You can't do this anymore.
100%.
He's like, of course it's not dead.
Yeah.
He makes $300,000 a month on 50 Airbnb doors, $300,000 a month. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, it's not dead.
Yeah.
You can still do this.
Going well.
This is something that can make a lot of money. Don't listen to those naysayers. And that's true in any business and anything.
Yeah.
If you're an entrepreneur or going to be an entrepreneur, whatever your idea is, the people who know you best think it's the worst idea that they've ever heard. And this is a universal truth. And you're just going to hear it. Your mom, Adon, my dad would literally, my dad would be like, what are you doing, Robert? Get a job. You could still get I'm 10 years in and done 1,000 deals. You could still get a job, son.
You still do it, buddy.
You could still get
You could still be miserable like me.
A decade in?
Oh
like,
man, McKenna, I would talk my dad into investing with me, like $10,000 or $15,000. And
Yeah.
he had seen me at this time make money on every deal that I've ever done.
You-
So, I
you
mean,
got
you're
four
talking
seasons
about
of
if you
Magic
gave your
Man.
money to Mr. Midas, the Midas touch guy, that everything turns to gold. And my dad would hand me the money and then instantly start worrying. And I'd be like, Dad, here's your money back. I mean, what do I have to do to prove it to you? But yeah, my dad was a very different, cut from a different cloth, or I don't know. If I didn't look so much like him, I wouldn't even be sure he was my dad.
Yeah. I think it and it depends on the person, right? And I thought about this with my own mom. My mom wanted to be an actress. She's a beautiful lady. Wanted to be an actress. She tried it. She at least went and did her dream. And then
that's
at
good.
some point or another, it burned her. And she just said, fuck it. I need to get a job. And then you get stuck in this terrible relationship of like, all right, well, I hate it, but
It pays the bills.
giving me money. I at least get 2 days off, and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
It's and I think that's what happens. You start getting stuck in that cycle. It just never fully moves forward. Instead of, hey, I've been burned, but I'm gonna get back up. I think before I met you, I had a photography business. I had something else. I had a couple businesses.
When
that
I
went
met you, you were
completely negative.
you were cooking like
I wasn't cooking.
catering dinners.
Yes,
or
I was.
You were setting up events. You had a van and you were taking people around the island and
Yeah.
showing them. Can you imagine Adon being your tour guide?
Fuck that. It was terrible.
I love that business though. It's a great
Good.
business.
I like the business a lot.
It was a good business, but it got to a point where it's like, well, do I go into real estate? Because that's between the time we met, or just keep doing this. And this it can make money, but I didn't want to do it. I
Yeah,
did it
you didn't
because
like
I saw a way to make money, and I made it make money for me
Yeah.
to the point where I was like, fuck this. I don't want to do this anymore. But yeah, it's about getting back up. That's it.
That's what entrepreneurism is, right? If you're an entrepreneur and you start a business and it fails, and then you go get a job, you were never an entrepreneur. You were just somebody who was willing to try something one time. Because if you were an entrepreneur, and Dave Steck said this, McKenna, and I didn't write this down as one of the takeaways, but he doesn't have losses, he has lessons. And the lessons that he has have catapulted him each and every time. And I think that's almost a universal truth for people who have the entrepreneurial spirit.
Yes.
You start a business and it doesn't go so well. That's not a loss. That's a learning lesson.
100%.
And then you get back up and you go do the next business and the next business and the next business.
Because every time you have to learn something new.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to
Until you figure it out.
convince somebody to take my tours. I didn't know how to convince somebody to give me money for a property. I didn't know.
Think about what we just learned this weekend. We learned how to put on a conference and have 600
did.
people show up.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you guys,
and have
our goal
speakers show up and just deliver massive value.
and our goal at the start of this, guys, I'll be real with you. We wanted 3,000 to 5,000 people to come. That was what we set out to do.
We're total failures.
We fucking failed. We got 10% of that. We had 600 people show up, but the thing, or they didn't even show up. We had 200 people show up, 600 people register, but we did an event. We did have 200 people show up, and now on the next one, it's going to be better, and we will be closer to that goal. And someone might see that as a failure. Oh, you didn't reach your goal. I'm never going to do that again. We're going to do this thing until we get it fucking right.
We'll get good at it. Yeah, we'll get good at it.
You'll see us in a year, 2 years, 3 years. We're going to have a stadium. We're going to have Freedom Flippers live with 30,000 people live at the Orlando Magic
Can you
Stadium.
imagine? We'll do a live event at the stadium.
At Amway. It's not Amway anymore. The Kia Center.
What's the one here?
El Choliseo.
Yeah, the one that Bad Bunny.
We're gonna do a residency like Bad Bunny. That's gonna get a lot of pushback.
Oh my
I'd
god!
like to recreate all of Bad Bunny's like advertising photos, but put Robert. It was Bad Bunny.
Robert's face. We'll get the
And
same little house
we're
he's getting
not
sued over.
singing Kumbaya. We're teaching people how to become entrepreneurs and to be real estate investors.
Yep.
Did we get some people in the chat to tell who were their favorite speakers or some takeaways, or should we?
We did. Favorite speakers from this is Amber, Dave, JC. We've talked about both of them already, and then Jeff was her third favorite.
Jeff was sick.
Yeah, Jeff was so
Yeah,
good.
Jeff Hazlett. So she's saying Dave Steck, who is someone that I really, really enjoy listening to. He's super smart. JC Morales, we've had come in and teach master classes with us. In fact, I think our best master class that we've ever done was with JC Morales about short-term rentals. And then Jeff Hazlett, he told us on Freedom or on the Wealth 2.0 Summit that he's in 5 Hall of Fames. What's happened to our thing? We
Oh.
lose it?
So
Uh-oh.
you're good on our side.
Yeah, cabrón.
Don's taking a phone call. I think a big takeaway I had from Jeff's talk, and it was kind of like a fireside chat, but it was the power of, taking action. That was a recurring theme we heard from so many people. But Jeff told a story, guys. We met him on the San Juan Social Club cruise earlier this year. And on that cruise, there's a guy talking about a deal in Roatan. We heard about the deal. We were interested in the deal. It was cool.
Hello.
But the
Nice.
story that he told is he got off that cruise ship and he flew to Roatan. He met the guy that was putting the deal together. He took massive action, and now he's in this multi-million-dollar deal. He's part of the I don't know how they have the syndication.
I would call him part of the executive team. I think he's invested in it.
And it all is from massive action.
Yeah. He heard about the Roatan deal, met the guy whose deal it was, and they asked the guy, "What are you doing next week?" The guy says, "Well, I'm going back to Roatan. What are you doing?" He says, "Well, I'm flying to Roatan for you to show me your property." And now I think he mentioned the numbers. I don't remember what it was, but they've had 200 people, I want to say, come to Roatan, and 90% of them have bought. My takeaway from him, and literally my notes were, don't go to Roatan with Jeff Hazlett unless you're ready to buy something.
That's the thing.
We're scheduled to go to Roatan with Jeff. We're scheduled to go to Roatan with Jeff last month in September. And then that was when I got sick, you guys. And
Thank
so
God
we had to cancel that
or
trip.
we'd own half of that island.
I mean, yeah, honestly, it was one of my worries. It's like, I don't want to buy something in Roatan.
I know. I believe him, though, when he says
But I
that
still wanna go.
Roatan is the next Cabo, that it's the next Cozumel, that it's the next Tulum, but in 20 years. Like, if I could buy property in Tulum, Cozumel, all those places 20 years ago, would I do it? Yes. Yes, I would. Great deal. And that's what they're building out there, guys. I mean, they're doing massive, massive developments. It's really cool. Part of the VIP package that I just put the link in there, someone was asking for it. Jeff has offered an hour of his time. And this is a guy that is like a billionaire.
I think that
he's a very impressive man, and he's offered
of all of the things that the people offered up to our VIP upgrade members, Jeff Hazlett offering an hour strategy call absolutely has to be the biggest bang for your buck. Like, there is just no chance in the world that you could book an hour of Jeff's time for $97. It would be impossible. And we hear about things like, the muscle man who we love, Alex Hermosi, booking an hour's time or 40 minutes time with who's the Miami real estate apartment guy, Grant Cardone, and they spent $100,000 for 40 minutes or something crazy like that. I would book the VIP just for that call, and you could throw everything else away. That's how valuable that is. Who else had a favorite speaker?
Yeah, guys, put your favorite speakers in the chat. We'll go over them. We'll review them. Who was a dark horse for me that I really didn't know anything about before today was Joey Vanis.
Yeah.
And he came on and he talked about something that I don't talk about very often on this channel, but something that I'm really very passionate about, regenerative farming. And he's doing a development where the goal is that he's going to have a community that is based around a regenerative farm, It was very cool for me to kind of out of the blue. I didn't know he was doing that. I didn't know what it was going to be about. And that was a very powerful message for me. And for those of you guys who don't know what regenerative farming is, one, it's the future. But two, it is a way of farming where you have zero inputs and only outputs from the land, but everything is cyclical. So an example of this might be you have a field of crop and you harvest your field, and then you need to plant grass to let the field restore itself. And then you have all this grass. And then you bring your cows through and they get to eat this grass for free. You don't have to pay for food for the cows. And then your chickens follow the cows and they eat the bugs that come in the cow's poop, and they keep your farm clean. And it's amazing when you go to one of these farms, guys. It's not like those gross farms where there's bugs everywhere and the animals are getting eaten by flies. They're bug free because these chickens come and eat all the larvae and they keep these places clean. And then now the chickens eat for free. And now the ground is fertilized by all of this happening, and the chickens are scratching up. So the whole system just creates a system of outputs. It's very good for the land. It's very good for you. It's the way that farming is going to go and continue to go. It's good for the animals. But it was very fun to have him come on and talk about that, and that he has a development around that. It's very cool. And that was another huge VIP gift that he offered.
Oh my gosh. I think maybe Jeff and he didn't understand how many people are going to upgrade to the VIP. And if they all take him up on their gifts, it's probably going to be a problem. He offered two days, 2 nights in his resort out there. I'm calling it a resort. It's a farm. It's an Airbnb. I haven't been up there, but we're going to go shoot some content with them and do some hiking. And this is in Puerto Rico, right? So this is the mountains in Cialis. That was the takeaway for me, is that he's got this project going on. And I kind of pride myself on knowing what's going on the island of Puerto Rico. I had never heard of him, never heard of regenerative farming. The reason that I met him is because he's now running the Rio Rico. And there's a million different ways that you can make money through being an entrepreneur and real estate investing. And he's doing something completely different than I've ever thought of doing. So it was pretty cool. That was a real big surprise for me too. I thought he was great.
Yeah. Joey, if you're ever watching this, thank you so much for coming on. And thank you so much to all our speakers that came on. I mean, it was just, honestly, I've been to a lot of summits. Like, I was thinking of the one that we just went to recently in Orlando. I won't say the name. There were a lot of good speakers at that summit. There was also a bunch of flops. I mean, I would listen to these people. I'm like, I don't give a shit about what these people are saying. That is not how our summit went. It was just value after value after value. It was crazy.
I thought too, as starting out yesterday morning, like, I was prepared for people not to show up, for speakers not to show up, or for speakers to show up and not be prepared. I thought, like, this will happen, right? We didn't have one person not show up, and we didn't have one person that when they were done speaking that I didn't go, wow, I'm really glad that we got that guy to come and speak.
Mm-hmm.
Every single one of them, they just delivered, right? Like, so when you get to talk for 20 minutes, it's sometimes hard to give people takeaways and things that you can go and use. But I just thought each and every one of them did it. Each and every one of them left all of us with something that we didn't have before we heard them talk.
Yeah, it was pretty amazing. Is that Joey right there?
No.
He's FaceTiming construction workers, huh?
That's our contractors in Aguadilla. Are we finished with that job?
Wednesday, we go paint. There's fucking thunderstorms dropping right on the top of them.
Oh.
It's amazing. It's the second time we do cement work, and the rain just whoosh.
Oh, man.
It's fine. It's fine.
Put some plastic over it.
Yeah.
Sure. That's what we did last time. It looks great.
Well, Adon, we just went over Joey's farm.
Joey was a big surprise.
That's exactly how it came.
We were all like, wow.
Yeah.
I thought he was just going to come in and talk about Rio Rico, which I would have been perfectly fine with.
I thought
And he
that
barely talked about Rio. He only talked about Rio Rico because I pulled it out of him.
Yeah. I thought he was a farmer. I'm like, how did this guy get on this summit? I was like, oh, he bought the RIA. Oh, he's not just a farmer. He's a
Oh, no.
entrepreneur. And,
Yeah.
you know, doing what he wants to do with his life. And I'm like, man, that was a great find.
Yeah. He was really good.
Guys, my wife just came in. She goes, "Are you still live? You're supposed to be done." And I'm like, "Yeah, we're doing the bonus round." If you guys have ever done
Bonus
P90X, every episode, he's like, "Okay, we're gonna do 10 reps of this," and then you do the 10 reps. Then he looks at the camera and he goes, "Bonus round. Let's keep going." That's what we're doing here right now. We're in the
100%.
bonus round. We're gonna keep streaming until we drop.
Let's do it.
Oh man.
Let's do 10 push-ups right now.
Who's got questions? You guys, I don't know if you've ever seen us. We do something called Monday Night Power Hour. We've done about 80 of them or so. We also do another live stream on Tuesdays that we call Shark Tank, Deal Maker Shark Tank. And so if this is your first time and you're tuning in, seeing us live on a Saturday, this isn't normal. We're just finishing up the Wealth 2.0 Summit, where we are just kind of unwinding and thinking about the last 2 days and talking about the speakers. But if your first time here, we'd love to have you hit that little thumbs up button and subscribe to the YouTube channel. That would be phenomenal.
Mhm.
If you've got questions, this is a question and answer type format, and we're pretty good at answering questions about real estate, but we can answer questions about anything, really.
Yes, we're gonna call it quits if you don't ask questions.
I think there's questions, and
Here's
do we
a good
got?
question. How did you choose the speakers you chose? I'm assuming they're asking because we did such a good job.
I honestly, so we thought about who we would want to listen to, and we thought about who we're in business with, that we've done deals with. Maybe they've come in and taught a master class with us before. Maybe we've sold them a hotel. That would be Jerry Norton. Maybe we're going to have them speak at another event. That would be Dave Steck.
Maybe we just bought a building from them in Connecticut. Richard Taylor.
Pretty much almost all of the speakers, with the exception of just a couple, we've actually done deals with. So the main way that we decided who would speak was kind of who have we recently done deals with. So we had Richard Taylor in, and we closed 2 deals with him this week.
Yeah, that was a good week for us.
$2.3 million worth of deals we closed. McKenna, the Flip-Flop Flippers, Donna, we closed $2.2 or $3 million worth of deals with Richard Taylor this week, and he's a great speaker, so we invited him.
I think that Richard, he netted $300,000 last month doing wholesaling. I mean, can you?
Did he
believe that?
really?
Yeah, I saw that on his Instagram when I was looking at his ads. It's like I just
Wow.
made $300,000. And then you guys, the next story on his Instagram is I could buy this chateau in France for I think it was like 150,000 or 1.5 million. Either way, to him it's play money. And I'm like, you should do it, Richard. Go buy the chateau in France. That would be sick.
So that's how we did it. Jerry Norton, we've done a lot of content with. I sold him a hotel a while back with some seller financing, and so I really like Jerry Norton. Plus, Jerry just is the consummate professional. He just gives and gives and gives and gives. You talk about the VIP thing that we're doing. What did Jerry do? He's just like, anything I've ever done, you can have. Here you go.
Yeah. Here's a free calculator. Here, I think he gave away leads. He gave away buyers. He gave away a
Contracts, calculators.
Contracts.
He was just like, oh, you can have this, you can have that, you can have this. Here, take that, you can have this. I was trying to add up what the value was, and I gave it no value at all because I just didn't have the brain power for it. But it's got to be thousands and thousands of dollars worth of value that he gave to anybody who is going to take up the VIP offer that we have there.
His most basic course is 10 grand. So if he gave you all that for free, you could start there.
Yeah, I mean it was awesome. It was awesome.
Gave everything away for free. And guys, if you want to know how to use it, he linked videos telling you how to use the stuff too. I mean, so it's not just, here's a calculator, and here's a tutorial on what you need to do with it. I mean, it was so generous of what he was giving away.
Yeah. Yep.
And Invest WME says, I thought 6 hours was going to be a bit much, but it went through so fast. I could have stayed for a few more hours. Well, that's why we're
Well,
here
you
in the
showed up
bonus
here.
round.
So 6 hours, that means you missed yesterday, huh?
Oh,
But hopefully you got the VIP because we got recordings of it all inside of that VIP.
Yep.
Yesterday at 3:00, I needed a nap. I mean, I told Don, I'm like,
Yesterday at 1, I was like,
at 3:00,
still
I'm like,
going?
I need a nap. He's like, we're only halfway through the day. I was like, oh no. And then today, it was, I'm not nearly as tired from it. It was
today you're like, hey, we are going live. Let's
I'm
go.
energized from it. I'm energized from it. Yeah.
I'm
well, guys, we
gonna
got
tell Tammy
10
to
more
go
minutes.
live.
Ask your questions. We're here for you. 10 minutes is all you get. Can you email a few pictures
Of what?
of Robert's toe? It's pretty bad. We can send you those
Put
photos.
it on camera.
Yeah. You gotta like show it. Yeah, there you go. Beautiful.
That's it. My toe sometimes likes to break out and bleeding.
If we get 100,000 likes on this video, I'll get the scissors.
No, we're not cutting it off right now. It's still got some feeling in it. I think I can save it.
Robert's VIP gift to the next person who upgrades.
So my lucky big toe
toe.
as a key ring.
As a golden chain.
You've heard of a rabbit's foot. Now here's a Robert's toe.
Robert's toe. I love it.
Oh, man.
Robert's
Here we go.
Robert's gonna go to a clinic in Miami for a
Click
couple
the
of months.
same one, Adon.
Yeah, me too. One huge question I have: why are you guys so amazing and sharing this with us for free? We want to take it from there.
Whose question was that?
That's
ABS.
ABSG.
I mean, well, that's awesome. Thank you very much. Why do we share? Why do we give back? Real estate has given me a good life. You guys, I do say that all the time. I believe real estate investing is the great equalizer, and it has provided a good life. And I've said this several times today, for me, for my family, for Adon, his family, for people who grew up with me are now entrepreneurs. In fact, several of my friends became real estate investors and then went on to be massive entrepreneurs. And I'm not saying they did it because I became a real estate investor, but I did become a real estate investor first, and then they did it afterwards. And I have friends that have done tremendously well from it. So I see it as something that lifts people up. I grew up in a regular working class neighborhood. None of us had a whole bunch. None of my friends and I, we weren't living high on the hog. A good day in the neighborhood was we're playing baseball or football out in the world. And I think entrepreneurism and real estate investing is an equalizer. It brings people out of poverty. It gives people the ability to live a life of freedom and success, and sometimes excess, and sometimes poverty.
There you go. But if you're able to get back up, you can skip that part.
Well,
Someone said, "Oh, go ahead."
I can think of the entrepreneurship ventures that I've done. Even in real estate, like I've had deals that I don't love that didn't make as much money, but you just keep doing this stuff, guys. You don't give up. You keep going to the next one. You hit these line drives over and over again until you get your grand slam, and then you keep going too. But the grand slams feel
Where are you at?
real nice.
10 minutes.
Yeah.
I'll be done in 10 minutes.
And I think the reason that I like to give this stuff away for free,
Yeah, I want to go get that.
it's just very fun. I get to hang out with these two guys. We get to talk about business. We get to work together. My real estate's mostly in Florida. They're doing it down in Puerto Rico. So it's fun to do this together with them. And then it's fun to meet people. It's fun to form communities. We get deals from being here. People bring us deals. That's not really why we do it, but it certainly is nice.
Yeah.
It's just a great time, and it's part of who we are, I guess.
Recently, someone asked in one of the comments, like, why are you doing this? You're creating your own competition. And I've actually heard that for 28 years.
I've told you that
because I've always been an open book. I mean, even before coming and building communities, if somebody showed up and asked me how to do something, I would just tell them how to do it. I was never going to hold back. I never had to hide what I was doing. And the reason that I've been able to do that is because I live with an abundant mindset. And I believe, and I'm quoting myself here, there's more than enough for everyone forever. That is a mantra of mine, and I try to remember that whenever I start to think in lack, right? Because there are inevitably going to be some times where I'll think, oh, I don't have the money to do that, or I couldn't do that. There's more than enough, guys, for every one of us forever. And if you can change your mindset to that, then you obviously want to invite everybody. If I'm in the desert and I see you and you're starving and you don't have any food and you don't have any water, and I've got a buffet table and a tent and a glass of water for you, am I not gonna invite you in and give it to you? And that's the way I look at it. I think that most of the systems out there are broken, and we can talk about whether that's big government, big business, or God forbid, big business and big government teaming up together, or if that's the education system, or if that's even just going and getting a job, working for the man. All of these systems suck. All of these systems don't work. Trying to go to work and pay taxes and save money and think that you're going to be able to retire nice. You're not. I'll just rip that Band-Aid off. So I think there's a better way. And we put it out there on YouTube and tell you. And if you want to learn it, there's 3,000 videos. You can go get them for free.
The only thing that he didn't tell you is that the tent has a sign. It says you need to be a subscriber to YouTube and you need to be part of Apex. Come and eat at the buffet or starve.
or the free commit. Well, the next question too, it kind of goes into that. Can you write a list of steps on how to put a house under contract as a wholesaler? Working on my first one. We have a free
man. So
course.
listen, if you were in our thing and you've upgraded to the VIP, then you have a ticket to our next 3-day event, which is Freedom Flippers Live, and we are absolutely going to have people leave that 3-day, and it's intensive. You're going to leave with a blueprint to run that business. So all of the things that you want are going to be a part of that. Now it's a $97 general admission ticket. So that one's a paid one. This one was very high level and people spoke for 20 minutes and it's hard to give you those lists and things like that. But if you upgrade to the VIP, you get a ticket to the next thing. Plus, Jerry Norton gave you everything that he's ever used in order to make money and do what you want to do. McKenna, did I answer that well enough? I don't know.
You did. And also, if you want an answer right now, we have a course in our free community. I just put it in here. I'm not sure if you remember or not, but we go through how to buy your first deal. And a big part of that is putting things under contract,
Correct.
what that looks like. I mean, we give it away for free. So click that link. It's 100% free. That's to our free community. And then there's a free course. But then if you want to talk to us, if you want to come to the 3-day intensive, the boot camp, that's the goal of the camp is you're going to leave after those 3 days with all of the tools and systems that we use to run these businesses. All three of us have been wholesalers. We've been operators. Robert's been a funder, and me and Adon are trying to be funders.
Adon's been a funder.
Adon's been a funder.
Yeah.
And I guess I'm doing a hard money loan out in Colorado. But anyways,
There you go.
So that's what this 3-day or the Freedom Flippers Live event in November is going to be. We really hope that you guys come. Apex members, you get a free general admission ticket. If you have the VIP from this Wealth Summit that we just closed up, you get a general admission ticket. Here's a question. Is the Apex community members going to get all of the perks, or do we have to pay the premium membership for the hour calls and all the other perks?
Oh my goodness. Because you're in Apex, you get it all.
Being in Apex has a lot of benefits.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You get the ticket to the next event. You get all the goodies from all of the people.
Yeah.
You get it all.
You get it all. And then also, I was talking to Marcus. I know a lot of you guys in the community know him. He said, McKenna, I want to give away the VIP to the Freedom Flippers Live, the $300 ticket. I'm like, Marcus, you can't give away the ticket. We're going to have bonus breakout rooms. We're going to have bonus content. We're going to have small table discussions for the VIP. You can't just give it away. He said, McKenna, please let me give it away. How can I give it away? Let me give it to the Apex members. I said, I can't give it to Apex members. He's like, okay, what if I do this, McKenna? What if I get people to sign up for the annual on Apex? Can they have a VIP ticket? I said yes. So if you're watching this now and you're not in Apex, or if you are in Apex and you want to upgrade to annual, you can get a free VIP ticket to the Freedom Flippers live in November. So Marcus is going to call you too, and he's going to make that offer to you. So be prepared, guys. Sneak peek.
That's awesome.
but the VIP is
Marcus was there all day, both days.
Was he?
I think he was there a lot. Every time I looked up, I think he was there.
Good.
Well,
Yeah,
guys,
Marcus is someone I think we'll be doing business with. He seems like someone that's going to get a house in Sweden, and we're going to have to fly over there.
yeah, we're gonna have to go over there.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be a shame if one of the people in Apex brought us a group, brought to the group a great deal, and it's in Argentina or Sweden or I don't know, pick another place somewhere that we want to go, Japan,
Mhm.
and then we have to fly there and buy it. What a shame, man! What a freaking shame that's going to be. When that day comes, I don't know what I'm going to do, but I think I'm going to get on an airplane and we're going to go buy it.
First class.
Well, that's the only way I fly. If I'm flying to Japan, I'm sure not going coach.
Hell no.
Monica
No
said,
seats.
will the November summit include any of us trying to buy 5+ units? I need a walkthrough for the commercial side. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
The way that we want to break this up, Monica, and the way we are, there's going to be main stage presentations, and then we're going to do breakout rooms. We're going to have wholesaler finder breakout rooms. We're going to have operator breakout rooms, which is where this would be. And we're going to have funder breakout rooms. So these kind of granular technical questions are going to get answered. We're going to give you all of our systems. So yes, that stuff will be tackled. And Monica's a part of Apex, so she's coming for free. She already has a ticket.
Monica, I don't know if you heard me say this earlier today, but my commitment, and I'm committing Adon and McKenna to this as well, is that we're going to work 10 times as hard between now and a month from now when we do this next event on the next event that we did. So we worked pretty hard to put together this event, and I think it went off pretty damn well. I think that we kind of patting us all on the back a little bit. We hit it out of the park as far as I'm concerned. The speakers were next level. They brought value. We're going to work our ass off between now and the 4th of November so that the next event is even better than this one. So that's my commitment to you guys. We don't ever stop. We only move forward. We only got one path forward. We burned the boats a long time ago. We're gonna go all in on this entrepreneurial stuff.
My wife just walked outside, so I can say this, but I mean, she's like, "Hey, McKenna, go get a job." I'm like, "I can't get a job. I'm doing this. What do you mean? There's no going back. There's only forward.
There's
so
no only forward." Money. Yeah.
Well, guys,
your mom told me to get a job one time when we were broke, and I mean, we were broke, and I said, "Honey, I can't get a job. I can make $250,000 a year this year while we're broke. If I go get a job, they'll only pay me like 40 or 50 grand. It costs us money for me to get a job. I can't do it."
Yeah.
McKenna, you can't do it. And I get it. Most people don't understand that. But what'd you make this week, McKenna? 40 grand? And I'm just talking on 2 deals that we did.
Yeah, it's 39,000. And then I've got another 10 grand coming on the 10th. I had 10 grand on the 9th of last month.
And now, unfortunately, you went all year before that without making a dollar. So your wife's going, "Hey, go get a job. You don't make any money." But by the end of the year, you're going to have made $200,000 and you go, I did this last year. I did this year. I did this, So
it comes in bunches. And that's something, guys, as you want to do real estate. Like when I was wholesaling, I was getting a salary, but I was capped. I was working on commission. I'd get 15% of whatever I was able to get the assignment fee to be. So I'm selling these things and we're making 10, 20. I mean, hell, one time we made 60,000 on an assignment fee. And then I get 15% of that. It's like, oh, plus the salary.
Yeah, but that's gross, huh?
Yeah, I was like, man, I'm doing all this work. And then they had a ton of value. They're getting the leads. They're putting in the ad dollars. I mean, it's a great company. I really like those guys, but
We got
Work
time
with
for
people
2
like
more
that.
questions and then let's
Yeah.
wrap it up.
Okay.
I know that I'm keeping Adon and McKenna here artificially late. They're ready to go. And Linda just called and said it's time for dinner too. So what do we got? 2 more questions and then we'll wrap it up.
Oh, no more questions here. But guys, who is going to win the FSU football game tonight? Miami ranked number 4 or FSU ranked number 18 who just lost to Virginia last week? I'm hoping for the upset.
Yeah, that's not a good sign that you lost to Virginia though, bud.
Did you see that game? It was a
No,
great game.
it was the crazy overtime game.
Yeah, double overtime.
Yeah,
I mean-
your mom and Scott watched the entire thing. I
Oh,
was
did they
asleep.
really?
Yeah.
Oh man, I missed it actually. I only saw highlights, but
Robert only watches football for the Super Time show.
I can't wait to see Bad Bunny.
Maybe your face will
Bad
pop up.
Bunny doing it this year?
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
didn't
he's
know.
doing it, and everybody's giving him hell about it. I don't know what
It's
he's
great.
done to piss everybody off, but he's getting a lot of hate for it. And I
Really?
like, what the heck?
Because all his content's in Spanish, I guess.
So
I know. I'm not disagreeing. I'm just saying.
Did you guys see last year's? Shane Gillis has a joke about that. And he's like, last year's was in Chinese. Bing, bak, boom, bap, bam, bam, bing.
that's funny. All right. Well, if we don't have any more questions, I'll see you guys all on the Monday Night Live, and then we'll see you on Tuesday. We'll see everybody who's in Apex and Apex.
And we'll see you a
And-
month from now.
You guys, 1 month from today, we'll be doing
The boot camp.
the Freedom Flippers Live, and that's where we will deep dive. We'll give you the playbook, guys. We'll
It's
give you
going
the
to be a sweet
playbook.
event.
Yes, it is. Guys, thank you for joining us today. The last 2 days, we wouldn't be here without you. So thank you.
Good night.
That was a good event. This was a good live. Good job, McKenna.
Thank you.
This is Emmanuel, and in just 3 weeks, he found the deal of a lifetime, negotiated an offer, got it accepted, found the EMD from a third party, me, and then found the buyer to sell it. Now, how did he do all of that? He's a member of the Flip Flop Flipper Apex community. And inside of Apex, he was able to find the buyer who's an operator. He was able to find someone who wanted to put up the money, and he's got the deal of a lifetime done and is going to make $40,000 on his very first deal. So if that sounds good to you and you want to be like Emmanuel, comment Apex and I'll send you the link.